My name is Hannah, and this is my beauty budget. All right, babies. All right, this is my channel changes video. I'm hoping it won't be too long and boring, and I'm also hoping it won't be too distasteful. I'll be talking about some yucky things like money here and there in this video, but I think you all know that I'm pretty into transparency here on my channel. I mean, I'm basically constantly confessing my imperfections and like crying about it in every other video. So this is pretty much par for the course with that. Although I hope I won't be crying about PR or anything in this video, but you know what I'm saying. This is kind of a requisite video. It's a new year. I have some new policies and I need to share those policies with you. So I worked on them. I came to some decisions. I wrote them out clearly and I'm just going to go straight through them. I have 6 things to talk about and I'm going to be talking about them in this order. My 2019 video posting schedule, that's the first one. My comments policy going forward. The third one is series on my channel. So I'm going to be talking about some of my old series and some of my new series that I'm going to be introducing and how I'm kind of going to handle serial videos going forward on my channel. And then the last 3 I think are kind of the heavy hitters. So my PR policy is the 4th one, my subscriber gifts policy is the 5th topic, and then my policy on sponsorships is the 6th one. So I'm going to timestamp all 6 of those topics down below if you'd like to skip around or there's only one that you care about. You don't have to watch the whole video. You can just find the timestamp at the very top of the description box down below and watch that section. Let's go ahead and get into the meat of the video. Oh, I forgot to say in the introduction that, and probably it goes without saying, that this blouse is one of my Rent the Runway pieces. It's a Marnie blouse. I really, really feel in this blouse like I have truly rented the runway. Like this is very runway to me, and I don't know. All right, topic number 1 is my posting schedule. So basically it's going to stay the same. I just wanted to update you guys. I post every Wednesday and Sunday, and I'm trying to incorporate a 3rd video. There's a child in my neighborhood screaming outside the window. I don't know if it'll be picking up on the mic, but if you can hear that, that's what that is. Sometimes this child screams and shows no signs of stopping, so I think I need to just power through. But that's all I have to say. I would like to incorporate a 3rd video, and I wanted to promise that I would start picking up a 3rd upload every week, but I don't think I can fully promise it. My bonus video day is going to be Fridays. It's pretty much been Fridays, and I'm going to keep with that. So going forward, on every Friday possible, there will be a 3rd video from me, but I'm not going to go ahead and commit to posting every Friday as well as every Wednesday and Sunday because I just don't know if I'm absolutely there yet. I need to give myself a little bit of elbow room to skip Fridays here and there if necessary. So that's the shape of things going forward with my posting schedule. Wednesdays and Sundays for sure, and then Fridays if I can manage it. And also, I think a lot of you know this too, but if I ever need to move my upload day, like if my Wednesday upload has to go up on a Tuesday for some reason, or if my Sunday upload gets pushed forward to Monday, that almost never happens to me, but if for some reason it happens, I will post about it in my community tab. So if a video hasn't gone up of mine and you're wondering what's going on and you're worried or you're mad or something, just check the community tab and you can get the lowdown. Okay, comments. I am no longer able to answer every comment and I'm sad about it. I loved the year. I loved the first year of being on YouTube, during which I was able to truly commit to answering every single comment, even the nasty ones. It was an interesting exercise to figure out what to say to someone who was trying to be nasty, and actually I'm grateful that I did it. But at this point, I am completely snowed under with comments most days. I am definitely still committed to reading them all. So know that if you comment on a video of mine, your comment will be read. And depending on the time of day, depending on how much time I have and how many comments are rolling in, I will try to comment on as many as I can. But it's just no longer feasible for me because of time constraints. That's really the only reason. And I appreciate all of you who comment so much. I just wanted to make an official announcement about the fact that I've changed my comment answering policy, because there were a couple of videos in 2018 in which I had mentioned that I do respond to every comment, and that's just no longer going to be the case. All right, let's briefly talk about series on my channel. I am going to continue with my regular favorites, empties. My check-ins videos this year are going to be the videos in which I tell you what I bought with my budget. So it's going to be like a check-in about my budget, and also sort of accounting checklist of how I spent my budget, how the money broke down, what I decided to buy. And then the video tracking the ethics of the corporations that got my money during each month is going to be a separate video. So I'll have one video about how I spent my budget, and then I'll have another video at the end of every month about where that budget went in the world in the long run. Shop My Stash is going to come back. Several of you have requested it and mentioned it. I know I fell off the wagon towards the end of the year last year just because I had so much that I needed to film. It's probably not going to be monthly. I don't know if I ever managed to make it truly monthly. It's going to just be rolling, but it will come back, I promise. And then Hannah's Reckoning, I think when I first launched that video, it's the one where the thumbnail says, it's called Will I Keep It? That was what I ended up calling that video. That is going to be a series as well, but I also think that won't be able to be monthly. I think I initially hoped to have it at the end of every month, but it too is just going to be rolling. When the Purgatory box gets full, then I will film Hannah's Reckoning, and then I'll start filling up the Purgatory box again. I have so much to film in January. There's a lot on my schedule for January, so it might get pushed to February, and then I think it might have to be bi-monthly instead of monthly, but there will be a book club showing up on my channel at some point, so don't worry about that. And those will be bonus videos, by the way. I'm not going to use my Wednesday and Sunday upload for the book club because I think they'll be pretty different in nature from other stuff on my channel, but book club is coming. I haven't forgotten that idea. I haven't tossed it. The last thing I have to say about series on my channel is that I'm going to launch a new and different series that I'm really excited about, and I want to just give you a heads up about it. So the series is going to be called Hannah Reads, and it will be really different from my other content. The genesis of the idea is that many of you have talked about how you like listening to my voice, not right now because I'm still recovering from tonsillitis, but I get so many comments about the fact that some people really love my videos for their content, and some people love listening to the videos not even for the content. And that got me thinking that I might like to produce some content that's just for listening, or those of you who like to listen to my videos when you're falling asleep because something about the cadence of my voice is soothing. That doesn't offend me at all. I'm really happy that I can provide that. I'm actually someone who has a really, really hard time falling asleep at night myself, and anything that anyone can do to soothe another person into a good night's sleep, I think is a spectacular service. So I am going to start posting videos designed for that purpose, either for sleep or just for soothing listening, and the content of those videos is going to be literature and poetry that is in the public domain. Public domain means that the publication date of the piece of literature is so long ago that no one has any copyright rights to that stuff anymore. So if someone publishes a piece of literature, then you can't reproduce that without signing a contract or giving them a cut until that person has been like dead for 100 years. I think it might be 80 years at this point, and the laws might have just changed. I do know that a couple of really amazing poets just came into the public domain on January 1st of 2019. So the works of Robert Frost are now in the public domain. The works of Wallace Stevens are now in the public domain. And so if you see a video soon on my channel that says Hannah Reads Robert Frost, or Hannah Reads Wallace Stevens, or Hannah Reads something else, it's just going to be me reading selections from the work of that writer. Mostly poets. It will probably be mostly poetry because I myself am a poet and poetry is my lifeblood. When you click on that video, it probably won't say my name is Hannah and this is my beauty budget. It'll be kind of like a subset inside of my channel. So if you're not interested in that, if you don't come to my channel for that, then just ignore those videos that say Hannah Reads. But if you think that's something you might be interested in, now you can look forward to it and you'll know what to expect when you see that video come up and when you click on it. All right, the heavy hitters. Let's talk about PR. I have been saying all during the year of my no-buy, 2018, that at the end of the year, I would get a PO box and start accepting PR. And what I meant by that was that I was going to get a public PO box, like I would publicize the address and just accept anything that anyone chose to send me to that address. And I have changed my mind about that. I don't want to open the floodgates for a massive stream of stuff through my life. I get PR offers in my inbox every day for stuff that I don't want, and it would be an absolute nightmare if that stuff was just being sent directly and indiscriminately to me. What I've decided to do is to accept the very occasional PR offer if it is for something that I want. I'm on a pretty tight budget this year for me, as you know, and there are a lot of things that I want or even that I could truly use that I'm simply not going to be able to buy for myself. For example, I've always wanted to try a weighted blanket for anxiety and for insomnia. I've always thought that that would be something that could truly improve my quality of life, but a weighted blanket costs like well over $100, if not into the $200 realm, and I'm just not going to spend my budget on that this year. I'm not going to save up my budget and spend it on a weighted blanket. I know that I'm not. But if a weighted blanket company reaches out to me because I'm on this platform and offers to send me their product to try out, as long as there are no strings attached, then yes, I will totally take that free weighted blanket. The reality is that I'm still trying pretty hard to reduce the number of my belongings. I want to have less stuff, not more stuff. So I'm pretty heavily disincentivized to accept PR. I'll be accepting the occasional special thing. It's my understanding that YouTube viewers have pretty mixed feelings about PR, and of course every YouTuber treats PR differently. I just want to take a moment to refresh us about how much, or rather how little, money small influencers make. If you saw my video about my no buy year by the numbers, then you will already know this, but I calculated last year that I worked roughly 21 hours per week on my YouTube channel, so a full-on half-time job, and I got paid about $1.44 an hour gross for my work in the year of 2018. If you subtract from what I got paid the startup costs of this work, so everything that I spent in order to get started on YouTube, then you find that my net pay in 2018 was 19 cents an hour for my work as a content creator on YouTube. Now, this year, things are looking up. I've paid off my startup costs for my YouTube channel. I have more subscribers than I had last year, and I'm actually getting close, I think, to possibly being paid something around minimum wage when it all evens out for my work on YouTube. We will find out. AdSense is very mysterious and it changes every day. In any case, I'm essentially up here working my butt off to produce a one-woman television show that airs twice a week at the very least, 52 weeks out of the year. That's way more frequently than Bob's Burgers. And I do all the jobs for the show. I'm the creator, writer, actor, videographer, editor. I also do development, design, wardrobe, makeup, literally everything. I do all the jobs. I love it. But as a 33-year-old woman with a master's degree, I do feel a little bit undercompensated at just a few dollars an hour. So when I sat myself down and thought about it, and I did think long and hard about it, I thought about the ethics of it, I decided that I would not begrudge myself a little bit of PR here and there, carefully considered and actively accepted PR as an additional form of payment for the work that I'm doing here. And I hope that you guys won't begrudge it of me either. Now, it will take the pressure off of the budget a little bit. I doubt that I will receive anything in PR that is exactly the thing that I needed to buy with my budget, if that makes sense. I don't think that that's going to happen, that I'm like eyeing a certain pair of shoes because I really need that, and then suddenly I magically get that pair of shoes in PR. I just don't see that happening. Most of the things that I need to spend my budget on are relatively practical and very, very specific. And also, as I've said before, I'm kind of a picky bitch. But during the year, and hopefully going forward, in addition to what I buy with my budget, I will be receiving a few extra things. And that's different from a really strict budget where the only things that you allow into your life and the only things that you acquire are things that you bought with that budget. So the fact that I'm up here and that I'm on YouTube and that I'm doing the project on YouTube does change the project a little bit compared to how the project would be if I weren't doing it on YouTube. And I'm okay with that. I'm going to continue to pay attention to my feelings and pay attention to how receiving PR affects my budget. If I feel like it affects it at all, I'll keep tracking that, and I'll obviously report back to all of you about that. And if I feel like I need to make changes to my policy because of how PR is affecting my experience of sticking to a budget, then I will make those changes. And I would hope that this goes without saying, and I kind of already referred to it, but I will only be receiving PR with no strings attached. Everything that I receive in PR will go into my purgatory box, and then I will review the thing when I go through my purgatory box, and that will be at the moment when I'm telling you whether I am deciding to keep it or whether I'm not going to keep it. And all of that will be completely at my own discretion. I'm going to be giving totally thorough, honest reviews. I feel like I don't even need to say this, but I do. I mean, I do need to say this. It just feels absurd to be saying it because I'm not going to get into a situation where I agree to receive something for free only if I say a certain thing about it or talk about it a certain way. If a company wants that from me, then I just won't accept their PR. I don't think I'm going to join Influencer, but I am trying to join Octoly. My application is still in review, and I feel like Octoly is a good fit because my understanding is that you get to actively choose the things that you then receive. So I won't be accepting anything from Octoly that I didn't 100% vet. I won't be accepting anything that I don't actively actually believe that I want to bring into my life. So that's pretty much it for PR, although I did want to mention at the end the ethical consumerism aspect of accepting PR. I think some of you even asked this in the comments, like, will I be accepting PR from companies that aren't ethical? And I just want to be clear that my project for the year isn't to only buy from ethical companies. I think I was pretty clear about this in my intro video. My project for the year it's a fact-finding mission. I want to find out where my money is going when I just spend like I have been spending, when I just buy the things I want. I want to gather information about where my money is going. And I don't know where that information will end up leading me in terms of the decisions I make as a consumer. I kind of have been assuming that it will lead me to buy certain things and not buy certain things based on the ethics of the corporation, but I don't know. Corporate responsibility is a really complicated topic, and voting with our money and the way we spend our money is really complicated. I'm just learning. I'm trying to learn. And one of the things I've learned so far is that researching corporate responsibility is a gigantic project. So I don't want to promise that I'll do more than is feasible. I would like to promise that I'll do what I know I can do, and then I might end up doing more than that. So what I'm saying for now is that my project is a commitment to track the destination of my budget specifically. So I'm committing to finding out where every dollar is going in terms of the budget that I'm spending. I imagine that as I do more and more research, I won't be able to help but take an interest in the ethics of the companies from which I receive PR. So as that happens, I'll mention what I learn if it seems relevant, but I can't promise to give a thorough rundown of every company that I ever mention on my channel. I might get there someday, but for now, I'm just committed to tracking my budget. All right, let's talk about topic number 5, which is my new subscriber gift policy. This one's a little hard for me, and I hope I'll do a good job of explaining it, and I hope that you guys will get it. But the long and short of it is that in addition to saying no to almost all PR, I've decided that I'm going to pretty much stop accepting subscriber gifts in the mail. And it's not because I didn't love the stuff that you guys have sent me. In fact, I did love the stuff. I loved it too much, and that is actually the problem. You guys are amazing, you are generous, you get me, and a handful of you have essentially managed to send me a ton of stuff that I love and want to keep. Even after regifting some of the things that were gifted to me from you, there's just so much new stuff in my house right now that came from you guys. And even though receiving gifts makes me insanely happy, and it has done and it does, I just don't want the amount of stuff in my house to keep growing so fast. I want space more than I want stuff. I want more space than stuff. Now, if you have something that you really want to send me, if you have something specific, or if you've been meaning to write to me or meaning to send something to me, you can always send me an email. My email address for the channel is mynobyear@gmail.com. You can always send me an email, just like PR people are sending me emails, and ask me about it. And if it's something that I do truly want to adopt and bring into my life, then I'll let you know, and then you can send it to me. But there are so many other ways that you can support me if you feel like you want to. And I just wanted to kind of give a brief list. And also some of these are new things. I need to reiterate that how helpful it is when you watch and like and subscribe and share and all of that stuff. I don't like saying please like and subscribe blah 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 on my channel. I just think it's redundant. You guys all know that the way to support a YouTuber is to thumbs up his or her videos, share those videos, subscribe, watch, ring the notification bell, etc. But it really, really does mean a lot to me, those of you who do that. And if you're feeling like you are inspired and you love my content and you want to support me, just know that you already are. You are already supporting me by doing all of those things. And if you feel like you want to send me a gift, but you haven't rang the notification bell, or you don't thumbs up every video that you like, or you, I don't know, are watching without being subscribed, just do those things. That's a lot. That's a gift to me. If you really want to send me something in the mail, I would love a card or a letter. I cannot have too many cards or letters from you guys. I put them up around my mirror. They're here with me while I'm filming, and that is very, very meaningful. And that's a way to give something to me that is a gift, that has the excitement of a gift, but without spending your money and without giving me more and more stuff, even if it's stuff I love, stuff that's gonna kind of overwhelm me. If you are a person of means, and I truly mean this, only if you are a person of means, like if you have wealth, and you really want to support the review aspect of my channel, like the makeup review aspect, or the part of my channel where I talk about product and where I choose what product I'm going to keep, etc., etc. If you directly want to support that, I am allowed to accept gift cards extra to my budget. So that is an option that would allow me to choose quality over quantity, possibly to replace things and then talk about what I have replaced without spending some of my budget. So if that is the form of your gift giving, if you really want to give a gift and you want it to be tangible like that, you want it to be stuff, that's an option. And then lastly, and again, this last one is only if you are a person of means and you want to support my work overall, you want to support my channel overall, I'm going to start leaving a donate button in the description box down below my videos. This is something that several of my friends have encouraged me to do when they found out how much I was working on my channel. And again, I can't reiterate this enough. I'm not trying to fundraise like $5 here and $5 there. I'm not trying to say like if everyone only gave $2, blah, blah, blah. That's not what I mean. This button is really just for people who are looking to spread their extra wealth around. People who want to be patrons of the arts and can afford to be patrons of the arts. So if that's you and you choose to donate to me, you won't be giving me fun money, like spending money, because I have a strict budget. So I won't be allowed to spend any of the money that's donated to me on makeup, skincare, clothing, or homewares. What you will be doing is supporting the long-term well-being of my channel. So you'll be getting me close to the point where I can invest in a better lens, better lights, a better mic, etc. And you'll be donating to my ability to thrive in the long term as a self-employed career creative, and that in turn will increase the quality and the quantity of my content on YouTube. I am going to put some text in my description box down below about my PR policy, my gift policy, and the donate button. That's going to be there in every video from now on. So if you want to revisit this information, then you can just open the description box and it'll always be there. All right, last topic, sponsorships. Let's talk about sponsorships. So this is another thing that I really sat myself down with and worked over and came to kind of a policy that I feel good about for now. I think you guys know this, but I'm gonna put it out there just to be sure, but there's a difference between sponsorships and PR. PR is when a brand sends something for free to a creator in the hopes that creator will show the thing on his or her platform, and I guess in the hopes that the creator will talk favorably about the thing. But with PR, there's no contract, no money changes hands, etc. Sponsorship means that a brand pays an influencer to show their product or service on a platform. And sponsorship contracts can vary widely in terms of what they are asking an influencer to do. So they can be very strings attached, or they can be very free, very loose. I hope, obviously, not open to all sponsorships. I'm never going to make a commercial. I'm never going to endorse a product that I've never tried or that I don't like for pay. I've already gotten a bunch of sponsorship offers in my inbox for stuff that I've never heard of and don't care to try, and I have no interest in that. I don't ever want to change my behavior or the content of my channel for the sake of a sponsorship. What I've decided is that I am open to making the occasional sponsored content if it is for something that I like so much that I would have talked about it anyway, and if the content is the kind of content that I would have made on my channel anyway. And the reason that I decided in favor of the occasional sponsorship when I sat myself down and thought about it is this. I have realized over the past several months that I wish that I could devote more time to YouTube. I have so many video ideas. As I mentioned earlier when I was talking about my series, I'm having to spread things out over 2 months that I wish could happen every month. I have a backlog of videos that I can't film. I'm not one of those people who's sitting around wondering what I should film. I'm the opposite of that. I don't have enough time to make all of the content that I want to make. I love filming and editing these videos. It's one of my favorite things I've ever done. And I feel like I'm doing work that's actually making palpable change in the lives of some of you who are watching. But to be frank, I can't afford to spend more time on this work unless I figure out a way to get paid more for it. I'm not saying that it needs to become my job or become my only job, and I'm not saying that I'm trying to make that happen, because I'm not. I'm not angling for a career in YouTube. I'm just saying that if I want to take some hours, some work hours away from my grant writing and my sewing and my writing and devote them to YouTube, then I need to be getting paid for those hours as much as I'm getting paid for those other kinds of work, because I need to make a living and I just have only so many hours in the day. My schedule's at capacity, so if I do more YouTube work, I'll have to do less of something else. I'm working literally from the moment I wake up until the moment I go to bed. I'm working on like one of my 5 jobs. And yeah, I would like to increase my YouTube work, but that means decreasing the amount of time I spend on my other jobs, and those are paid jobs. So this has to become not a fully paid job, not a full-time job, but a slightly better paid job. If I can get to the point where I'm making occasional sponsored videos, always about things that I already love and am more than happy to spotlight in order to earn myself more time to make even more unsponsored content, then I think that's a good deal. And hopefully you guys can see it as a good deal too, because even if you hate sponsored videos and you always skip any sponsored videos that I make, ultimately it will still mean more regular content from me. I'll honestly be super excited if a company wants to sponsor me to talk about something that I already really love. I'm not sure if that's feasible or if it will happen, but I've decided that I'm open to it under those conditions. And that is it. We made it through this possibly rather grim roll call of channel changes, things that I needed to talk about, needed to get out in the open. I hope that at the very least this was relevant to you as a viewer of my channel, useful information going forward, and maybe at the very most it was also an entertaining video in some way. Let me know. I really appreciate you watching this video and spending this time with me. And please don't forget to take extra good care of yourself this week so that you can be the most effective version of yourself as you do your work in the world.